If I could sit down on the couch and have a conversation with my younger self, maybe my 21-year-old self, because at that age, she's an adult, she's making some decisions. If I could sit down with her and go back in time, one of the things that I would say is, Rhonda, make sure you trust the process. I think it's so easy for us to feel like we want to be in control. We want to navigate our own desirable outcomes. We want to be able to say how things should be. I remember a time in my life when I was contemplating going to a new job. I said, man, I want this position so bad. I prayed, I got my resume together, I got my references together, I did all the right things. And I said, if at any point anything doesn't go through, it must not be meant to be. So I began to go through the interview process. I go to the new job, I meet the chief administrative officer. That interview went well. I met some of the partners. Those meetings went well. I began to meet some of the staff and I said, wow, this is going great. And then I remember it was to the point where I had to provide some writing samples. So I said, okay, let me provide the writing samples. Those went well. I was like, okay, anything else you guys need? So I'm going along in this process. Everything is going good. So I said, this must be meant to be. I actually felt happy about the fact that I was about to step in my dream role. Now, shortly after getting in that dream role, I realized I had to keep up with the pace of the firm and the culture. So I'm there, I'm working my best, climbing that corporate ladder. I'm going in early, working through lunch, staying late, and yet I still fell behind. I remember that the work felt so overwhelming. And it was at that point I was like, I am not sure this was for me. But what I didn't realize was I needed to continue to trust the process. There was a lot of good that came out of that. Because of those issues that I had done there, when I took my leave from that role, I was able to step into my purpose. My purpose was helping other people who were burnt out, stressed out, and overwhelmed to be able to prioritize their mental health and step into their greatness. Another thing that I would tell my 21-year-old self is, Rhonda, choose progress over perfection. A lot of people think we need to check the check boxes, that success or progress means that we have to have the right job, the right spouse, the right amount of money, the right level of education. But at the end of the day, it's about not feeling like you have to be perfect, but that you have to live up to the potential in which you function at your best.